They say that only God can create the 7 wonders of the world. But today we're going to tell you about a place so incredible, so unbelievable, that even scientists had to think again. They couldn't comprehend it. There's a planet out there that should not exist. Scientists found it by accident in 2009. Using the European Southern Observatory, they were observing a star system. Gliese 436 was their target. It's a red dwarf around 30 light-years away. But while monitoring the star, they picked up an unexpected signal. It's an undeniable sign that there was a planet orbiting it. They named it Gliese 436b. The planet is 8 times heavier than Earth and twice as big. But as soon as they got a better look, things started getting weird. First off, the orbit. To get precise measurements, scientists use something called the radial velocity method. Basically, they track how stars wobble in space. If there's a planet tugging on it, they know something's there. And they also get some details on the planet itself. It's like how heavy it is, how close it orbits, and how long it takes to go around. So far, so good. Gliese 436b was on an elliptical orbit. One end brought it really close to the star, like uncomfortably close, and the other end took it much further out. Alright, that was weird. The thing was orbiting so close to its star, it shouldn't exist. For most of us, we learned that in school. A habitable zone is where a planet could have liquid water. But there are 2 extremes. Too close and you boil the water. Too far and you freeze it. Our solar system is a great example. Venus is too close. Mercury, Mars is too far. Earth is just right. Well, at least that's what we think. But Gliese 436b throws a wrench into that theory. How can a planet be so close to its star and be covered in ice? Now, this is where things get very weird. See, they realized that for Gliese 436b to exist, the ice needed to be different. Not regular ice, but a special kind called iceate. Think of it like this. We usually see ice in 2 forms, either as H2O or as snow, depending on how cold it is. But under extreme pressure, like thousands of times greater than Earth's pressure, water turns into iceate, gets super dense. Now, what does any of this have to do with Gliese 436b? Well, the planet is so close to its star that gravity squeezes it like thousands of tons of pressure. That means every single molecule of water is locked together. It can't melt. It doesn't move. It's frozen solid forever. So yes, the ice doesn't melt, but can it burn? Can iceate burn? Here's the kicker. It's actually hotter near the poles of the planet than at the equator. Why? Because the axis is tilted and the poles are closer to the sun. And these areas get scorched by radiation, reaches over 800 degrees Fahrenheit. But here's the mind-bending part. The poles are also the coldest parts of the planet. Got your head wrapped around that. The temperature is so high that it should be vaporizing all the ice. But because of the crazy pressure, it can't. It's trapped as iceate. The burning ice doesn't melt, but can it burn? Yeah, it can. It creates aurora, the northern lights. It might look beautiful from afar, but if you were there, you wouldn't be too thrilled. It's cold and dark and you're stuck on a planet that shouldn't exist. But wait, there's more. The planet's orbit is falling apart. It's getting pulled into its star faster than it should. Normally, a planet would take hundreds of millions of years to spiral into its star. But Gliese 436b will do it in just 5 million years. What's making it fall apart? Is it being pulled by some unseen force? Some scientists believe there's a massive object lurking nearby, invisible to us. A rogue planet, or maybe even a black hole. They're thinking that Gliese 436b is in a tug of war with something invisible. But what's pulling it apart also gives us clues about how the planet formed in the first place, the chemical makeup, the way it interacts with the star and the heat coming off of it. This gives us a glimpse into the past. Back to how the solar system formed and whether Gliese 436b has always been alone. If there was never anything else in the system, it probably didn't form with anything else. Maybe it was just a wandering planet that got captured, but there's one final twist. Something that defies everything we know. In 2022, while studying this planet, astronomers picked up a signal. A mysterious pulse of light, not exactly radio waves, but sort of in between. It seemed to come from Gliese 436b. The scary part, It pulsed exactly every 17 minutes. Scientists don't usually pay attention to such signals. There are all sorts of space noises. Stars flaring up, satellites passing by, even aliens sometimes. But this time was different. The signal was repeating. That's practically never a fluke. Could it be communication? Like someone or something was sending a message. Unfortunately, after scanning the skies, they couldn't find the source. The signal came from the general direction of the planet, but nothing more. It wasn't coming from a satellite or a spaceship. It definitely seemed to be from Gliese 436b. And then it stopped. Just like that, it was a one-way ticket to the unknown, and the door closed. What did it mean? Is there anyone out there? Trying to understand Gliese 436b is like trying to solve a cryptic message. It's challenging, frustrating, but with each piece of data, we get closer to understanding how planets form and evolve. Sure, there are gaps in our knowledge, weird anomalies that don't fit our theories. But that's what makes exploring space so exciting. Who knows what other mysteries we'll stumble upon? Gliese 436b may not be the only planet that defies our understanding. Who knows? Maybe there are even more out there waiting to be discovered.